Niggas can't do shit right.
Nothing at all,
You
man.
shut up. You shut up. Just shut up.
I don't want to shut up. Welcome back to Life Has Already Stopped Us, called the panel edition. Now, we are in our third installment here, continuing a conversation. That means that the previous episode, we talked a little bit about this. And since I said third installment, that means the one even before that, we started this. So we're going to come full circle with this thing. You dig? All right. Mr. Holler right back. What's easy to get into but hard to get out of? In the context of a relationship, what's easy to get into but hard to get out of?
That's a good question. I say love.
It's easy to get into love. And yeah, it's easy to fall in love. Okay. Anybody else?
Fall out. You know what I mean? Hard to get out.
Yep, you covered that. Anything else?
I agree with that one. Love is easy to get into and hard to get out of.
Yeah, remember,
because you never really stop loving somebody. You don't really never ever stop loving them.
It's not the
unless
person.
They make you, unless they give you a good enough reason to stop.
No, when you love somebody, you love them. That's it. You can't unlove me. You
well,
have
it's
to
not.
do.
It's
you
not
just
the
keep
person.
loving the person.
Wait
It's
a
not
minute.
the
Wait
person,
a minute.
though.
Hey,
It's
I was
not the
trying to be
person.
quiet as much as possible. I tried, but
It's
that's
not the person.
that's a
It's the
false statement.
potential.
You can unlove someone. You can by the way
Yeah.
they treat you, by the way they acted, how the relationship went, how toxic they are, how narcissist they are. You can unlove someone. I unloved the motherfucker I was with for 8 goddamn years. I wish his ass would fall off a fucking building. I will push his ass off that building.
Got
I
you.
don't love him. Never
all right.
did, never will.
All right. So what I want to make sure we're doing, right? I got you. So we want to make sure we're discussing those emotional cycles, those comfort zones, and the denial, right? So it's not the person, but it's the potential that traps you, right? Sometimes you don't even realize you're stuck until silence becomes your peace, right? Think about that. You don't even realize sometimes that you're stuck until silence becomes your peace. So it's easy to get into a relationship. It's easy to fall in love. It's easy for everything to feel like it's falling into place. But once those pieces of that puzzle to the same thing what L'Oreal just laid out for us, all those things that she named, even with those things being, it's still sometimes hard to get out of it. Right?
True.
Right.
All right. So sometimes you don't even realize that you're stuck until the silence becomes your peace. Here's another one.
That's true. Oh, hell yeah.
Stop expecting you from other people. Right? Stop expecting you from other people. Dave, you have that bandana on. Can you say that word at the end?
Man.
Yeah, you stupid.
And once you've pulled yourself together, you start realizing not everyone would have done the same for you. So it goes back to what L'Oreal just said.
Shouldn't it be stop expecting yourself in other people?
Stop expecting you
from other people. So not because you will do it means you expect them to do it too. Right. Not because you will do something for them means that they'll do for you. Basically,
we want to keep it in the context of what we've been talking about the two previous episodes, right? We want to make sure we keep it in the context of being in a relationship. You've identified that there's a problem, a breakdown in communication, right? You're loving less. You're not as present or as vulnerable as you would have been or used to be or had planned to or intended to be. And you're dealing with the heartbreaks, the issues that arise from that, and then you basically your viewpoint changes, right? For better or worse. Then we talked about how it's not who the person pretended to be, but it's who they turned out to be. Remember, we talked about that. So here we are now, what's easy to get into, but hard to get out of. Now we're talking about we can fall in love. We can see our everlasting future today. But once things start to break down, once challenges arise, once things aren't going to plan, you might not be getting back what you put out. Remember, we talked about reciprocation. Right? So stop expecting you from other people. Is that true? Is it wrong to be expecting someone to be giving you? Remember, there's that rule. Did anybody know the rule about
treat people how you want to be treated?
Well, that too, but there's a rule that talks about how much you give versus how much you naturally would just get back from someone.
I don't
know what it is, but I feel like you shouldn't give more than you willing to lose, personally.
Okay.
Because
now put that in the terms of the communication. Remember, let's stick to that communication thing that we talked about. So how does this apply in terms of that?
You can't expect them to do what you do. So not because you are gonna get up and be like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. This is the time I'm going to be back. This is what I'm going with. You can't just expect them to feel obligated to do that because you're doing it. Everybody's built different strokes for different folks. And I feel like you shouldn't just expect somebody to do what you do, but you could teach them. So not because I'll let you know, hey, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm going with, this is what I'm gonna do. And because when I'm running, if I told you I'm gonna be home by 9 p.m. and I'm looking and I'm enjoying myself, and I might call and be like, damn, baby, I'm gonna be home after 2, 3 a.m. The other person might not do that. They might not. And it doesn't mean they don't love you, it don't mean they don't care. That just might not be how they're built. So you might have to tell them, hey, when you go out and your plans change, can you let me know, please? Because me personally, I feel like if my nigga tell me he feeling to be home at 12 a.m. and it's 12:30, we got a problem. Not because I'm worried now. Like, damn, you said you was gonna be here at 12 a.m. It's 12:30. Ain't nothing open after, they might be pushing 2 after 2 o'clock. Ain't nothing open but pussy. So we got a problem.
Stop expecting you from other people. The 60-40 rule. You have to, when you want a relationship to be successful, you have to be willing at times more than often to put out a little bit more than what you're getting back. Right? But is that really fair? If we both now know the 60-40 rule and you're still lagging, is that fair to me now?
It's not fair, but it's normal because one person is always going to be stronger than the other. In every relationship, there's always one person that got more sense. So it might not be that way in every department, but since we're just talking about communication, you might just end up always giving the 60 in communication, but they might give their 60 elsewhere. So I feel like as long as it balances out, it's okay. It has to balance out, though. It can't be that you giving 60 in every department while they continuously give 40. You might give 60 in communication. They might give 60 in reliability. You might give 60 in emotional support. They might give 60 in physical support. So as long as these things are balancing out, you can always teach your partner how to treat you. And eventually they might be able to give you 60 in communication because you took the time to help them or teach them. They might be able to give you 60 in every department, but it takes patience. It's not going to come overnight. So as long as you have a healthy balance, then you can take the time to teach that person. And that's still not expecting you out of them. That's just teaching them. That's it.
Okay. Is there anything else that's easy to get into but hard to get out of?
The bed.
I feel like sometimes it's easy to get into an argument.
Yeah.
And it's not always it's not always a cakewalk out of it.
No, an argument can last a couple of days.
An argument can last a couple of days. Now, is what you do across those couple of days. What does communication look like? If we're having a breakdown within our relationship, and which is this ongoing argument that's lasting for a few days, how does that 60-40 rule work?
You still
do I expect for you to come to the table willing to talk because I am? Does that You know what I mean? Like,
No, no, you don't. Because they're not good at communication. So you're gonna have to open up that door. You're gonna have to say, hey, listen, because I feel like whether we're mad or not, we still supposed to communicate. But at some point somebody has to be like, okay, come on, we gotta talk about this so we could let it go.
I've been
If
in
you're the better
relationships
huh?
where I've been in relationships where I cannot stand that you can say and do what the fuck you want when the fuck you want to do it, but you can't have a conversation and talk about what the fuck is going on,
I agree.
right?
That grinds my gears.
Yeah, you can always do grinds my gears too. You can always do, but you can never talk about it. You can always do, but you can never undo. Like, think about that.
I know, I get it. Like, just like I hate where a person will get in an argument with you. Or I feel like people hold grudges against their partners longer than they do their friends because they feel like
Yeah.
you got to be there, you got to stick with them. And I find that to be crazy. I feel like if you could go ahead and squash your beef with your homeboy within a couple of minutes, you should be able to do the same thing with me. Don't
Yes.
sit there and kiki laugh with him when he did some shit to you and then you want to stay mad at me. I do more for you for days. That's crazy.
Did Lario want to share any perspective on that? Anything we've said so far?
No.
Hmm. All right. So we're at the argument. We are, you know, 60-40, but who's really doing that? Right. Once she got quiet, she wasn't pulling away. She was pulling herself together. Right. Now, once you've pulled yourself together, you start realizing that everyone would have done the same for you. So it says she, but it still applies to anyone. Once he got quiet, he wasn't pulling away. He was pulling himself together, right? Or pulling himself together, right?
Hmm.
Think of it. No matter who you are, no matter what's going on in your relationship, what does that look like? So I'm not calling you out on everything anymore. I'm not. You said you was gonna do this. You ain't done it.
I
Now what
think
am
that
I doing? I'm just
I think that the silent treatment is yeah, I think that shit hit different.
but
When a person
pulling yourself together, what? To leave, pulling yourself together because you're
well,
like, you know what, I'm just gonna move on towards something else of concern within the
yeah,
relationship.
sometimes people pull themselves together because she's getting herself. Because I heard the well, I used to hear this a lot, right? I'm mentally clocked out, like with some women that say she done. What how I go? Like they be done. They be mentally done before they be physically done.
Oh, let me say this. This is I'm trying my best.
Huh?
Basically this is saying is I'm clocked out. I'm good. I'm done. I'm just waiting for the time to leave. I'm just over it. I'm not doing
Can
worry
you
about it no
uncover your mic?
say it no more. I'm not gonna address it no more. I'm not gonna argue no more. I'm just gonna be quiet. So when you look up, don't know when I'm gonna do it, don't know how I'm gonna do it, don't know who I'm gonna call, whatever. Just make sure you ready to see me gone. Just
Right.
don't say nothing to me. Just let me leave on my own. Basically, I'm clocked out. I'm good. I'm done. Have a good life. God be with you. Peace. Live on. That's all it is.
Right on.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree.
I agree too. As a like the prompt says she, but I agree as well too.
He, yeah, it's the same thing across the board.
So be careful.
'Cause
Once they get quiet, they start getting quiet on you. Gotta be careful.
yeah, because it doesn't always mean like it says that a person pulled away. Now I'm finna, like L'Oreal said, I'm finna get my shit together so I could dip out on you because I done tried it all. And
Right.
now at this point, my silence, remember you said earlier, silence brings peace.
Yes.
And when a person starts to feel like your key comes to the door and it turns the lock and they're like, oh my God, why is this person here? It's done. And when certain people start to feel that way, remember we had talked about checking out.
Yep. When the
Mentally
healing,
check out. You
so on
start
healing.
to heal, yeah, you start to heal yourself, and then
Yep.
you start to notice the things that they say. That's why they say the person go quiet. Ah, baby, I'm sorry, I forgot to call you and let you know I was gonna be home late. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Right.
That's some scary words.
Dave.
I ain't gotta keep using that motherfucking example, all right?
Good.
You gotta keep using that example.
I don't.
No, I'm messing with you, boo. I'm messing with you.
You're
Go
so
ahead.
vain that you probably thought the things that she had just said was about you.
I was
Um,
just saying.
she was just
No,
saying.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I know you're joking. I'm joking too. Suddenly we're not joking anymore.
Go ahead.
All right.
Suddenly,
So that's life as Larry stopped this car, the panel edition. So basically we're just wrapping up the 3-part installment that we basically worked on in 3 parts. All right. This one was easy to fall, hard to leave. All right. Thank you for checking in with us. And as always, we appreciate your support. Like, subscribe, share, do all the things that you do. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get out of this. We good?